Prospect of the Buffalo Sabres and a signed one at that. Matt Savoie of the Winnipeg ICE joins us now. Matt, first of all, congratulations on being selected in the first round of the 2022 NHL Draft. You were there in Montreal when the Buffalo Sabres called your name. Take me through the moment and what a feeling it was to hear your name called at the NHL Draft.
Yeah, thank you. It was definitely a pretty surreal moment being at the draft, going through the whole experience, the whole process. Getting there, walking the red carpet, and then, hearing my name called by Buffalo, just the whole experience, just in general was a blast. And, I like just going through step by step.
Now, did you kind of have an inkling in your kind of pre-meetings, ahead of the draft, were the Sabres one of the teams where you thought there might be a fit here kind of leading into things?
Yeah, I think, you definitely meet with a lot of teams before the draft, and sometimes those meetings can blend together as one, and lots of repetitive questions. But I think you definitely know what teams show a little bit more interest in you, just from where you're projected to get picked, and which teams are reaching out a little bit more. But I think I kept a pretty open mind going into the draft. Was really open. Whichever team took me, I was really happy with. And I think with Buffalo, I couldn't have ended up in a better spot. So yeah, I think just getting picked and going through the whole process was just excitement for me.
Now, he wasn't drafted by the Sabres, but he was acquired by Buffalo via trade. Your former teammate in Winnipeg, Peyton Krebs. This is a guy that you spent some time with when you were a 15-year-old playing in this league. How neat is it to kind of reconnect with him and share some time in Buffalo with him going forward?
Yeah, it's good. It's really cool to be in the same organization as him. I actually was just down there for summer camp, I guess, development camp, and we were rooming together. So, good to catch up with him, reconnect with him, and continue to build our friendship we have going. So, I think him there, being there, I think it'll ease me in a little bit easier. Just to meet some of the new guys, some of the guys that have been there for a couple of years. So, I think he just will smooth the transition over, and it's always nice to have a guy like that.
You mentioned it. You were down in Buffalo and you had some paperwork to fill out when you were there as well, Matt. Have to say, blue and gold looks good on you, man. Tell me about the contract and signing the deal with the Buffalo Sabres. Just, just the feeling that you have that organization isn't just drafting you; they're investing their future in you as well.
Yeah, the whole experience down there in Buffalo that week was pretty special. Getting down there Monday, having a couple dinners with the management, getting to see some of the players that played there last year, and really just getting a feel for the organization. Seeing the whole facilities, they're just making you feel at home there. And so went through the 3-4 days of skating and working out and doing the fitness tests in there, and then on the last day on Friday, we were in the middle of a presentation, and one of the head scouts came down, pulled a couple of us upstairs, and went into the office. The GM was there, the head coach, a couple more people amongst the staff, and I kind of just got to sign the contract there, sign the entry level, and take a couple pictures, and then I was off that night. But no, it was a really good experience, really cool to be down there in Buffalo, and looking forward to get things going with them.
It's safe to say, kind of from an outsider's point of view, Matt, that you made the most out of coming back to the WHL last season, a 90-point year with the Winnipeg ICE, of course, a lengthy playoff run for your club as well. When you look back on the season that was, what are some of your favorite memories of your time in 2021-22?
Yeah, I think, definitely a positive season for me last year in the Western League. Had a really good year on the ice, and I thought, as the year developed, I thought I got more confident with the puck, and kind of just, eased into my game. So I think, my favorite parts of the year were definitely spent with the guys. I thought we had a great group in Winnipeg last year. I think it was definitely one of the closest teams I've ever played on, and just spending time with them every day, going through, our first playoffs together as a team was definitely a cool experience last year.
Of course, all the talk over this past year, Matt, has been about you, but it's also been about your teammate Connor Geekie, and you guys being kind of neck and neck in terms of, the rankings and the lead up to the draft. And you end up going 9-11 in this year's draft. Was it kind of neat to be able to kind of celebrate that Thursday night with him, and by extension, want to ask you about Mikey Milne as well, an older guy on your team who goes in the third round of the Minnesota Wild. Just what it means, for you guys as a group to see a guy like Mikey have the success and the recognition that he had.
Yeah, I'll start with Geeks here. It was great to be down there in Montreal with him, and to go through the whole draft process throughout the year was definitely nice to have a guy like him, going through it, someone I could talk to, someone I could really relate to with it. And as we were hearing our names called in the draft, we were actually sitting one row apart from each other. So we went through the whole process together, talking to each other through the whole draft. Got to give him a little hug after we both got drafted. So just to spend the whole moment with him and kind of go through the whole process together was really special. And Mikey, I think, as a player, he's gotten a lot better, gotten some really good development in the last 3-4 years. This year I thought he made huge strides. He was, getting he was an 85-point player this year. He was great offensively. He uses his speed. He skates like the top guys in the league. And, I think as a guy, we really got really close and roomed together for a good chunk of the year. And, can't speak enough about that guy as a human. And I think he's just a tremendous person who deserves it all. So I think, as a group, to get a little bit of recognition from, as a team, our talent, I think it's really positive going into next year.
Tell me about next year. I mean, there's still a few weeks before you kind of get into camp season, for lack of a better term. When you look ahead, what are some of the things that you're kind of focusing on as you prepare for your first NHL training camp for real in September?
Yeah, I think this time in the gym is really important. Just continuing to get bigger, get a little faster, get my cardio up. I think as well on the ice. Continuing to improve my skills, my deceptive work, my shot. I think those are all areas you can really improve on in the summer. And just going into my first NHL camp, I'm really looking forward to really just taking the whole experience in, not taking anything for granted while I'm there. Just putting my head down, working hard. Trying to pick up a few things from some of the players up there, and looking forward to a good experience down in Buffalo.